Good morning, it's Michelle Green again. It is Monday, December 19th, and it is 11:10 a.m. As mentioned, I've been dealing with these crimes, these hate crimes, for some time now, a couple years, and no one will touch them. Back in 2020, I dealt with hate crimes and also trying to be illegally and clinically profiled by police. Not the first. Many times trying to label me as unstable, mentally challenged. And I want to read a letter that I sent to Chief Peter Newsham, along with Commander Morgan Kane, Mr. Robert Pittman, who was over the 1st District as Chair of CAC, Mr. James D. Berry, Chair of CAC, Captain Michael Pulliam, and Lieutenant George Donegan. It was sent on October 30th, and I had previously attached an email sent to Mr. Pittman. The subject matter states, directed by FBI security to contact DC Police and facilitate an urgent meeting request due to safety and supplemental to police report number 20153-593. And just as an FYI, Lord knows what that report states as of this moment, because information has disappeared. Come to find, some police reports don't exist anymore. Things have been falsified. So at this point, I have not pulled that report, so I have no idea as to what it's stating now. But the letter reads, on Friday, October 30th, I went to the Washington, D.C. Police Headquarters to file a police report for my crimes, in addition to being directed by FBI police on 4th Street. The FBI officers Westward supervisor and Reed also advised that if my calls are being redirected, that the police department would assist in getting this resolved or check or connect me with the FBI. My calls are continually redirected, etc., which has again been recently documented with my carrier. At approximately 8:10 p.m. on Friday, I went into the M Street location and initially spoke with Desk Officer Bass, who advised that my crimes, fraud, etc. were not crimes, and she was not going to file a report in lieu of my previous discussion with officers and counsel. I advised her that my crimes had been following me and shared some details. However, Officer Bass instead offered me a social worker. I then asked to speak with an on-duty sergeant or lieutenant, which Desk Officer Bass advised that I could come back at 10:30 when one would be available after roll call. So I waited in the lobby for approximately 2 hours. After 10:30, I was approached by Sergeant Gavin Nelson, who immediately started asking me unwarranted questions such as, have I ever been on medication, and have I seen a psychiatrist, and offered for me to see a psychiatrist in the back office. Yes, believe it or not. This is before I even opened my mouth and explained my situation or even offered my name. As he then allowed me to share my crimes and show my documents, he then stated that I was delusional. When I asked how someone could walk into the 1st District Southwest Police Department with evidence in hand, names of witnesses, major corporations, still waiting for police departments to contact them, yet he found it acceptable to state that I was delusional without reason and cause. I am requesting for footage to be reviewed and attached to this report on file. Again, the number is 20153-593. I am also requesting that my submission be appropriately handled in the appropriate category as felonious crimes. In short, I advised Sergeant Nelson that every police department which I contacted for my constitutional rights has, without medical cause or reason, publicly deemed me crazy, and for no apparent reason. I declined his offer of seeing a psychiatrist due to the fact that I do not need medical assistance, nor have I ever had the issue, but needed the police to forward my cross-country crimes to DOJ and FBI for a meeting. I also shared that while in Boca Raton, a detective inappropriately and without merit sent a medical individual to my home to assess me when I contacted her regarding a break-in and the evidence left behind. Instead of coming to collect evidence, she refused and surprisingly sent a healthcare mental worker. When I spoke with a clinical individual sent to my home, she shared the fact that she was dumbfounded by what was occurring. And it was clear that there was no mental issues, and she could not understand why the police did this and did not follow protocol. She went on further to share the recording of the message left by the detective on her voicemail. That was a Detective White at Boca Raton Police Department. I shared this with Sergeant Nelson and advised him that he was free to speak with her even though there was not an assessment, but because there was no need. But he had no permission to contact her because I was not going to speak with any psychiatrist. I did ask the sergeant if there were records in the 1st District Southwest Police database that had labeled or flagged me as such, which he checked and advised that I wasn't even in the system reflecting such. So again, why am I approached inappropriately as to my sanity? I have and am dealing with serious crimes which no police department has ever investigated by my crimes, but freely and openly attempt to demonize my character. Why? For some odd reason, all of my attempts to meet with the DOJ and FBI have been blocked. In addition to attorneys, which I will submit the high level of my recent and continued gaslighting crimes in a police report. I did ask Sergeant Kane of his IT expertise, since he stated my submissions of crimes were nothing but imagination, which Sergeant Nelson shared that he had no IT experience, wherever he was comfortable in calling me delusional and offering me to see an on-site or off-site psychiatrist. For the record, I am still experiencing being trafficked, somehow remotely, visibly, and by audio. See the document reflecting the audio allegations. In addition to all access to vehicle, phone, computer, emails, car being accessed. Please advise of assisting me in meeting with FBI, DOJ, other, and changing the CCN status to an official police report. I should add that due to these crimes, my identity has been compromised and I could not presently vote, which again, my constitutional right has been compromised and violated. I will be filing other police reports for recent crimes, which also include attempted theft of bank account funds, gaslighting to sophisticated and complex levels as noted by IT experts, etc. For the record, there is already a file with the FBI regarding such past crimes, so I was told. Again, I'm requesting for the Washington, D.C. Police Department to intercede and coordinate a meeting with the DOJ and FBI due to my criminal issues. This is a challenge because I am dealing with daily federal crimes and cannot get help. Any assistance with my request is greatly appreciated. Thank you for your attention to my matters. Just in closing, when I sent this out, I did follow up with the Chief of Police's office, and at the time, a Commander Rivera. I'm not sure if he was a commander at the time. I know he is right now. He answered the phone. He recalls, after speaking with him over 2-3 months ago, he does recall that he spoke with me in 2020. When I called during this time for this specific letter in October 2020, he advised that the chief was available, but he was in a meeting and would contact me back. I never heard from anyone. However, Commander Rivera is clearly aware of the situation, and not that I don't understand, I know what's going on because I've been advised that police are not going to do anything, but at the same time, I'm holding them accountable. This is my life. This is what they're supposed to do. These are my constitutional rights. These are my civil rights, and these are human rights violations. Commander Rivera has been aware since 2020, along with others. So I put this in your lap, Commander Rivera. What are the next steps? You've referred me to a Captain Archer over 2 months ago who refused to follow your direction, take my police reports and have investigations immediately. She's refused to do so. And that she had me waiting for 2 months after I emailed her the write-ups for the reports. Did the work myself, time, dates, names, everything. So I'm asking you, along with Chief Conti, how do subordinates trump leadership and for the safety of civilians? Commander Rivera, you have my contact information, and I'll be sending you, along with the leadership of the police department and the mayor's office, another correspondence as I reach out again. Hopefully I'll hear from you soon. Thank you.